So yeah, hello everyone. Hello, welcome to our 1 o'clock Facebook Live. And
we are just continuing our hacks on how to rapidly increase your destination wedding leads. So we are excited once again to connect with you today. It's a nice, beautiful, sunshiny day here in Michigan.
Yes.
We are excited to see signs of spring, which, is always exciting for us.
Well,
as you know, we have been covering a topic of how to increase your destination wedding leads. And really, Lou and I are here to help you, see a little bit of insight on how we built such a successful business in this industry. And for those of you who don't know us, we're Lou and Tami Santini, and I'm a destination wedding specialist, and started my journey with destination weddings probably around 2008, I would say, 2007.
We opened our business in 2007, right?
Okay, so then probably around
really
2008, 2009, I had like my first destination wedding take place. But anyway, have done dozens and dozens of destination weddings since then, and built a very successful business around that specific niche market. And now we are out trying to help other people do the same thing and build their own destination wedding businesses, because you know what? It is an amazing business to be in. So many great perks. Obviously, travel perks are good, but the money is good. You can work from anywhere. So it's just one of those things where you can, really, and then just the resources available in terms of getting involved in the industry without spending a lot of money, which is good. Because a lot of times when you start a business, it's just so much upfront capital that's required. This isn't a business that requires that, which is awesome. But we feel like the missing piece in this industry is learning how to market yourself and help people find you and realize what it is that you have to offer.
Right.
So
today we're talking about nurturing.
Right.
All right. So step one was, and this is also in our 20K system toolkit, but step one was about deciding who your ideal bride was, right? You're going after a certain bride, not just any bride. Step two was, once you knew your ideal bride, creating a bride, we call it, for her, so that you can be kind of speaking to her and drawing her attention to you.
Right.
And these are all on the Facebook Lives that we've had. And like I said, we're putting this all together in a resource just to give you as well.
Right.
So, and then step three was content.
Creating the content.
And we were at the resort, correct? Or was that, we did content at the resort when we were at our 20K fam trip, which was a great fam trip. So anyway, that was step three, creating content. And when we were at the resort, we made videos, and a lot of everybody that was there, we all made some videos and photos.
Right.
And that's content.
Right.
If you are talking about a resort, that's content. If you're talking about being a sky wedding and you're up at the top and you're saying, I'm up here where you can do a sky wedding and look at the view, it's going to be amazing for your wedding. That is content.
Right.
And even if you're not there and you just get some information from your resorts that you work with, like their photos and their fact sheets, you can turn that into a presentation. And I know we talk about that, so I don't want to bore you guys with that. But now I want to talk about nurturing. We want to talk about nurturing. So nurturing, but nurturing really is how you build a relationship with your ideal bride.
Right.
Right? So you've got her name and email. You know that she's interested in what you have, but now it's time to deepen your relationship with her, so that you are the go-to planner she thinks of when it's time, when she feels like, okay, I need help. I can't do this on my own. I tried, and a lot of them, I'm going to say well over probably 70% of destination wedding brides, and even some even a lot of honeymoon couples say, this is too important for me to screw up. I need help. And if you nurture them properly, they'll think of you. And so nurturing is really, I know we talked about content, it's kind of the next phase. It's sending them regular information, either through email. Well, you need to do a combination of email, social media posts. You're hitting them in different ways, right? So wherever your ideal bride is at, you're giving her your information. So like, a great beach for your destination wedding, that could be a blog post. And then maybe you do like 5 amazing photos of the beach. You know, you take the same resort, and one day you do a Facebook post of 5 amazing photos at, I'm just going to pick a resort, at the Hilton La Romana. That was the resort we're at. So you just do a Facebook kind of, or pin board or whatever of the pictures of the, and that's all you do that day. But the next,
because essentially what happens is when you set your business up the right way, and you have this process, this structure that we've been talking to you about in place, where you know exactly who your target audience is, and you create a lead magnet or bride that is attractive to your ideal audience, and you're creating content for that bride. You know, once that bride downloads or watches your freebie, right? So you have this free bride. It's, you know, about the top 3 destination wedding locations to get married in the Caribbean. So you write this content out, but she has to give you her name and email, all right? So once you have her name and email, we want you to nurture this relationship. And you nurture this relationship by sending emails out, and those emails can be like, hey, did you see my latest blog post on blah, 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 blah? And then you link to that so she can watch it or read it. Right. But it's really just like a gentle way of continuing to show that you have good information to share with her, helpful information to share with her, things that are going to be useful to her, so that she gets to know, like, and trust you. Now, that really is the essence of the relationship, because you want her to be able to do things on her own terms, because that's how she wants to do things. And when we're pushy and we're pushing our own agenda and we're salesy, and it just doesn't work out the right way when you're talking to a bride in a more like, hey, you should, you know, call me, hey, schedule an appointment with me. Like, yeah, you do have to ask for those things, but there's kind of a process and a time to do that.
And nurturing is never the time to sell.
Right.
You do not sell during nurture time. So nurture time is, like I said, like Tami said, you send an email about, hey, you might want to check out my latest blog post on, you know, like Tami said, the top 3 beaches in Dominican to get married. Right. So then you're just sending a quick email, maybe a picture of your blog post or of a beach in Dominican, and then they click on that. Now, what I would do, and what I know we do, we do social media posts that links to that as well, because you're trying to get to her wherever she's at, because these brides are on social media, they're on Instagram and Facebook, and so you're always trying to kind of hit them where they're at from different angles, but you're not selling anything at this time. All you're doing is giving them good, helpful information, right? You're not selling them. Again, brides don't want to be sold to, all right? They just want to be helped. And when it does come time for you to help them, it's not going to feel like you're selling them.
You know who your ideal bride is, and then you have your lead magnet that brings them in. We're going to be nurturing that bride. And so what we do is we create, and what we recommend that you do is create some emails in advance, and you put those in a campaign. All right, that campaign is going to kind of trickle out information to her. So you're not like constantly going in, sending one email to one person, right? It's like an automated sequence that you want to set up. So you want to use like an email marketing platform to set up an auto sequence where they get your bride, and then how many days later would you say, like a couple days later or whatever, they'd get an email from you about some other helpful information, and then 3 days or so later after that, they'd get some more. So it's but it's an automated sequence that you're going to want to set up, so you're not like going in and creating new stuff all the time.
I mean, you can if you want to, but it's a lot more bang for your buck, because you know, sure, when you first get started, or a lot of you have just started niching out to destination weddings, you might get 1 or 2 people at first, and that's not hard to keep up with. But eventually, you're going to get 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 10 and and so like platforms like MailChimp, those are very good. They allow you to do that. Constant Contact. You know, there's some basic email providers out there that allow you to pre-build emails and have them just sent out at certain times. So that's all we're saying is you're staying in front of them with sending regular emails out. And you don't have to send them out every single day. Usually I recommend maybe once every, unless you're running a promotion of some sort, which again, nurturing it, you're not promoting anything. All you're doing is you're just letting them know I have good information. Again, so with nurturing, the number one thing is give them helpful. The best thing I can tell you is make sure your content is always helping your ideal bride get closer to solving her problem. Always that type of content. You can put fun stuff out there. Once in a while, it's nice to put a fun video, GIF. I had a crazy day. Oh my gosh, or I dealt with mother, I don't know what you call a momzilla. Anyone know? What do you
Mother
guys?
Mother of the Bridezilla.
Mother of the Bridezilla. I don't know what they call. There's a name for the mother of the bride when they can get crazy with you, right?
Probably Monster of the Bride.
Yeah, really. So you could joke around with your brides that way and say, "Oh my gosh, I don't know how you girls do it. This momzilla just drove me crazy." You know what I mean? Like once in a while, you can throw out something just fun and humorous, and as part of this nurturing. But the most important thing is that you're giving helpful advice. You're a helpful advocate for your bride, so she just trusts that, hey, this person's not trying to melt me for anything. They just want to help me, and they will think of you. You will be the go-to planner when they finally get to their journey where it's like, and we will teach you when it's time to do the call to action, right? I mean, you don't have to market them forever and not ever promote anything. You are supposed to eventually ask for the sale or ask for them to book you. But there's a way of doing it. So right now, we haven't made it there yet. We're just starting to give her content, 3 to 4 helpful emails once a week that make her know you're the lead, but always in your email or your blog post or social media, always put in there, if you do need any help, feel free to contact me. That's it. That's not a strong sale pitch. And the reason why you do this is because everybody's on a different cycle of wedding planning. So somebody that was really close to needing help could have got on your stuff, got your lead magnet, because they really wanted help and they found your lead magnet. They're like, oh my gosh, thank you, God, this is exactly what I need. And they're so close to wanting help that you do want to have a small call to action in there about setting up a consultation. I know we've talked about this in our 20K system toolkit. That way you're getting people in different parts of the buying cycle. Some people are just starting out. They just need your information. They're not going to contact you yet. Some people are halfway through. They may read 2 of your emails and contact you. And some people are like desperate for help immediately. And
as soon as they download your freebie and
they're ready
they're like ready to schedule a consultation.
So that's why you have to make sure that you have information
for everyone.
At every time of the buying cycle. So you're giving helpful information to people that just need help and are just getting started or that are still learning. You're giving a call to action, a nice gentle call to action of free consultation for people that are at the stage where I need help right now. Yes, I'm going to do this. Okay?
But the bride nurture is part of the funnel, guys. It's part of this process, this journey that you're taking her through. And one of the things that your nurturing sequence is going to do, it's going to weed out the people that are not your ideal client. Because they're going to be you're going to make an awesome bride. You're going to make an awesome lead magnet. I know that's what you're going to do. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want that information. But you want to write everything out and continue to give information, again, that's always speaking to that ideal bride. We have to always remember that we don't need thousands of people in order to create this really awesome business, because you as one individual right now, if you're a solopreneur, you can only handle so many brides at a time. So you don't have to stress about attracting hundreds and hundreds of brides at once, right? You need to find those ideal people who you really want to work with, who you know really want to work with you. And so this process of nurturing also helps to weed that out. And you have to remember too that even, let's say they download your free guide, your freebie, your bride bribe. They download that. You don't hear from them. You can still have a scheduled email to go out, X amount of time, let's say a month. Did you still need help with? And you can even put at that point your honeymoon, because let's say they decide maybe they were thinking, I want to do a destination wedding, and they decided not to.
They might have just not done one.
Maybe now they need help with their honeymoon, right? So you can just throw that out there and still maybe get some business from that lead that you got. It may not be a destination wedding, but it could be, honeymoon. So that's why it's really important to get that that bride's contact information.
And listen, we have people on our list, like wedding planners and travel pros that we email regularly all the time, never hear from them, and suddenly I can send out something. During the holidays, I had something funny that went out, and I had someone I never heard from before reply back. So they're reading your as long as your headline is catchy and it gives them the information and helps speak to their pain point, they will open it and they'll read it. They may not respond to you right away, but don't lose heart on that, because we have people that will suddenly out of nowhere respond after they've been on a list for months. And like Tami said, you can say, hey, you might have your wedding planner ready. How about your honeymoon? Give it like a few weeks. So just, it's good. You're going to get honeymoon business from this too. It's all good. It's a win-win for you guys. You're not going to lose in this. And one thing I wanted to say is about nurturing. Think of this as, and was it Corinna that's going to the 2 resorts?
Corrine, yeah.
Corrine. Sorry, Corrine. I'm so sorry I said your name wrong. Corrine, a great thing you could do is when you go to those resorts, you could create like a 5-email series that would be like, the Now Riviera Cancun, and I don't know if it's a
Now Onyx, that's where she's
Now
going,
Onyx.
Yeah.
You could say
she's going to
5 amazing things about the Now Onyx for a great destination wedding. And so your email number 1 would be the Onyx, their wedding locations. Number 2 might be their food or for all your guests. 3, great room options. You know what I mean?
Right. So
you could turn that into an entire email series and blog post series and whatever, and social media that are all connected together, that are constantly going out there regularly. And the brides are knowing that if they want to go to Dominican Republic, and you could even maybe start with why Dominican Republic is a great area to get married. I mean, we had an amazing time in Dominican Republic. I mean, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend Dominican Republic to anybody. We learned some amazing things at our fam trip about Dominican. Tami knew, because I've been our marketing person. Tami's the travel pro, so Tami knew already about some of this, but I didn't know there was this private, almost secluded island that's out about an hour away that everybody goes to, that's crystal blue water and like the Bahamas almost. So there's lots of things you could say about even Dominican, and then talk about the resorts that you saw in the Dominican.
Yeah, and that's a cool thing, like Sayona Island, Catalina Island, great places to do like a group activity, right? And that's one of the questions you want to ask when you're talking to your clients, of if they wanted to do any type of group excursion or anything, that would be just like a really great memory maker outside of that wedding day, right? I usually recommend to the brides, don't overdo it schedule-wise. Like, these people are coming, they've already, they're spending their money to be there for their own little, mini vacation. And so you want to give them that flexibility to enjoy the resort and enjoy the area on their own as well. But to do some sort of really cool catamaran cruise or something is a really great idea as well. So, but again, just this process of taking your bride on this journey with you, right? And like Lou said, some of them are going to be in different cycles of buying. Like, maybe they're just investigating destination weddings. Maybe they're not at that point yet where they're like frustrated looking, because what we found with our business was that by the time the bride got to us and found our information and downloaded our bride bribe, she was already at a place where she was like, I'm up all night, I'm getting nowhere, I don't know how to start, I'm overwhelmed, all these everything starts looking the same to her because she keeps Googling, and she's on Pinterest and she's on Instagram, it's just like a sea of information that they have no plan, nothing to do with. It's
and
like
use
unstructured.
Use that to your advantage. That's the key. Everyone thinks that, these brides can just do it themselves because it's online for free. No, there's too much information online for free. That's the problem. Is they need you. That's ultimately what they're asking for, is give me a plan.
Right.
Give me a plan to have the perfect destination wedding. And if you can give them emails and social media posts, Instagram images, Facebook posts, blog posts, A videos are always great if you're brave enough to do it. I highly encourage you all to make videos when you go on fam trips, and even videos on PowerPoint presentations, because you're giving them a little piece of their plan. So what you're not giving them the whole plan in nurturing, you're giving them little pieces of the plan. Right. But you're the one that really is going to connect it all together when they ask you to help them. Right?
And I advise highly with this nurture sequence, with those emails that are going to come, that helpful information that's going to come to that bride after she gets your lead magnet, your bride bribe. She downloads that, she watches it or reads it. It's good for her. You know, but at one of those emails, you need to address the benefits of hosting a group at a resort. Yeah. You must address that, because they don't know what they don't know. And as soon as they see that you are the person who knows more, and you are the person who can help them get all these benefits, then game over. They need you. At that point, they're going from a place of she's helping me to I need this person. She has the answer. She's going to make this, she's going to make me save money. She's going to make me get more out of this, hosting a wedding, have all these benefits. So you need to understand what the benefits are.
But, and real quick, before we go, because we'll have to wrap it up, I wanted to say that think of nurturing as, if you remember your single days, and some of you may be still single now, but remember the days when you would go to the bar with your friends and your girlfriends and you would hang out. I don't think there's any guys on here, so I would go with my guy friends, right? The girls would go with their friends. They go to the hangout, the club, or the bar, or whatever, the dance bar. We used to have this cool dance bar. We could dance or whatever. And, you meet somebody there, right? You meet a girl there, or a girl meets a guy there, and if the first thing the guy or girl says to you is, marry me, you're going to be like, whoa, dude, I think I'm going to walk over here, So the idea of nurturing, and think of it as dating. When you think of it as a dating relationship, if you walk into a bar and you're going to eventually marry someone, you don't get married the first time you meet someone. Right. And so many businesses, they go after a bride the first time they have contact with her, they try to sell her something. Right. And that is the worst thing you can do. That's like trying to ask someone to marry you before they've dated you, right? You have to take some time to nurture that relationship with this girl you're interested in, or the guy you're interested in, so that you even have a chance to, maybe when you have that pop question, or ask them to be just your girlfriend or your boyfriend, right? You have to at least have that done before you can ask them to marry you. So there's decisions that happen. There's relationship building. Maybe you meet someone at the bar and you sit down and talk to her and you say, hey, can I order you a drink? Now there's step one. There's a nurture. Right. Order a drink. That's like you sending out your first email or blog post. Hey, you might be interested in this. I have a great article on 3 great beaches in Dominican to get married at.
And it's costing them nothing, right?
Costing them nothing, just like...
It's just an offer that they can either say yes or no to. Yep. But it's not like, oh, what do I need to invest at this point already just to get your information? Right.
So then maybe after you have that drink, you're like, hey, would you like to head over to the club? Would you like to dance for a little while? There's nurture number 2. Now you're building another little piece in the relationship. So you meet her for the first time. Hey, great. Would you like a drink? Would you like to dance for a little while? All these little micro decisions are building a relationship with this person. So now at the end of the night, you're like, hey, I really had fun. Could we maybe do this again sometime? And if they had fun too, hopefully, they'll be like, sure, here's my phone number. Now that's a bigger commitment, right? Right. Getting a phone number, but that's what you got to think about this whole thing. It's just like that. Little decisions you're giving. Sometimes you're going to want to put out information for your brides before they give you their name and email. Right. Because they're just going to see your stuff and they're just hanging around, and then eventually they're ready to give you their contact information because they had a good enough little micro decisions with you that they'll give you their name, their number, so that you go on another date with them. Right. So once you have their information, and so you can ask them out on a date, right? You don't ask them to marry you, you just ask them out on a date. And eventually, if the relationship keeps building, you can ask them to marry you. Right. And hopefully you knew they were going to see us before you did, or you wouldn't ask them, right? Total embarrassment. just think of nurturing as dating your customer,
right?
Dating your bride. If you always kind of think about dating your bride, that'll keep you calm down to not jump at the chance to like just boom. But at the same time, there are some brides that want to get married right away. Some girls and guys are all in a different stage of life, just like brides are in a different stage of planning. So it's okay to put in there, if you need any help, schedule a free 30-minute consultation with me.
Right.
All right? The guy or girl that really wants to get married in a hurry is probably going to jump at that, but they still need to know, like, and trust you to hire you, right? Because you're charging a planning fee. You should be. If you're not, you need to get used to that, or at least charge a pay-to-go fee that goes towards their trip. They still need to like you and trust you enough to do that.
Right.
That's all. That's the big. Really, nurturing is trust building. It's friendship. It's building a friendship with your bride. Nurturing is building a trust and friendship with your bride so that you will be the person they trust to go to when they need help.
Right. Yeah. But Tanya asked, how do you deal with the famine? It's driving me crazy. All right. Tanya, we know exactly what you mean, we do. Right? So how you deal with that, obviously you do have to be able to have that foresight to see how much time is going to go by, especially if you already know right now it is harder at the beginning of a year, because right now you could still book 3 destination weddings for 2020. They might be October, November, December, but you still have some time to like actually get those things on the books for 2020. So you just always have to be able to project, out what is going to be happening. But remember, with how we suggest that you build your business is when you do get hired, get a professional planning fee. I know Lou just said the pay-to-go fee, but I really, you do have to get some cash up front.
That's only if you're afraid to do a planning fee,
a financial commitment of any kind, and that will help a little bit, right? With continuing to keep things afloat. You definitely want to always be looking for other ways that you can make money in this business, because planning a wedding takes more time. People aren't going to call you today to get married in 2 months or next month, unless if it's a last minute elopement type thing, right? So what other things can you do? You can do any type of romantic travel, vow renewal, anniversary trip, honeymoon. Those things are going to be happening more sooner, so you can supplement your income with selling that type of thing.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for coming, giving up your time. We appreciate that you guys came. It was a great group today.
Yeah.
Post Super Bowl hangover, but it's a great.
We don't even drink.
No, but I mean like hangover of the whole party, like, and then I have these little kids. There's one family.
Oh my gosh.
They come every single year, and they've got these boys that are all boys. I mean, I've always had girls. I've never raised boys, except for when I was a kindergarten teacher. But these boys are all boy. They will knock your head off and laugh about it while it's rolling on the floor.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you later, and have an awesome week, awesome day. And we're happy that you were able to join us today.
And Corinne, thank you so much for helping, giving that good advice. Yeah. That was awesome.
Okay, guys.
See 20K planners tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
God bless.